welcome to a very special presentation of Alley Chat. My name is Frank Face. This is the first round of the New England Knockout Bracket Tournament run by Nick Zuffalato, affectionately known as Freshie. We are here at Lucky Strike Lanes in Lynn, Mass. for a match between Jonathan Boudreau and Brian Fuller Jr. Jonathan Boudreau gets us started off with a nice spare in lane 14. Jonathan from Lynn, Massachusetts. These two bowlers are bowling 5 strings head-to-head scratch, 5 boxes at a time. Jonathan fills his spare with the 4 horseman right. And he picks it up. So right out the gate, John has marked his first 2 boxes. Lucky Strike Lanes is known as Jonathan's home house. Fills it off the 1-3 pocket with the 5-6-7 for 7 fill. Plays the wood and leaves the 5 pin. And he'll pick that up for a 10 box. So through 3 boxes, Jonathan is at 43. And he's right on the head pin that time. Leaves with 3, 6, 10. And he'll pick that up for a spare. So 3 of his first 4 boxes have been spares. And he's right through the middle there. Spread eagle. Tries the left side, leaves 3, 6, 7, 10. So he'll be open for 5. And an 8 box. So Jonathan will be at 64 through 5 for the first half. And up to the line here is Brian Fuller Jr., Newburyport, Massachusetts. Native of Riverwalk Lanes, or formerly known as Lafayette Lanes. And he starts off with a big first ball. Looking at the 8 pin with 2 pieces of wood in the front of it. Probably going to want to split them right up. And he picks it up for a spare. Bonus ball. And the strike. Take a look at that one on replay. Brian taking an early charge towards Jonathan's campaign. And that'll be a double strike. That one was even quicker than the first. Can he throw a triple? Off the head pin that time. But the ball is still working. Fills his first strike with 15. 4 horsemen plus the 9 pin. Piece of wood in between them. And the 9 pin still stands. Good bit on the outside. That head pin. And a 10 box. So through 4, he's at 74. Already has a lead on Jonathan's big 64 half. And he has an opportunity for another mark here to sit. And he's very full in the head pin. 6-10 with wood. And he will pick it up. So an 84 half plus a ball for Brian Fuller Jr. Jonathan Boudreau steps over to lane 13. And he's got a 9 drop, the 4 pin. 3 pin rather, excuse me. And easy money for Jonathan Boudreau. And Jonathan loses the 10 pin. He'll do some house cleaning. Bonus ball. Big head pin hit. Bit of a skip lob. Leaves the diamond right for a 6 fill. Puts him at an even 80 through 6. And what a bid. He's a little too fine. Leaves the 5 pin. And he's just by it for a 9 box. And there's a head pin hit in the 1-3 pocket. Looking at a 2-pinner. And he's all over it for a spare. Bonus ball. Big head pin hit. Not the action he was hoping for. He's got the diamond right plus the 7 pin. Ball looked like it was going to do a little bit more damage, but it didn't happen. And his bid at the diamond, he nearly takes it out, takes out the front triangle. He's looking at the 7-9. And an 8 box. So Jonathan's going to want to fill or finish with a mark here. It's at 112 through 9. And a big strike. That's exactly what he wanted to do. 122 plus 2 bonus balls. And through the middle. Spread eagle plus the 8 pin. Just not happy with that one. So fill 5 on the strike. Take him to 127 for the first game. Brian Fuller Jr. steps up to the line on lane 13. He is at 84 through 5 plus this fill ball. And bonus. Just off the head pin. Gets a good mix for 7. Looking at 1, 3, 10. And there's no wood in play. And he takes out the 3. Eight box. There's a head pin hit. Looking at the 4-7 with the plank right in front of it. And it looks like it rolled up to the lip of the plate in the lane. Should be a safe bet if he's around the red stripe, and he is for a spare. So he's at 109 plus a ball through 7. And only a fill of 4 that time. He's just off the head pin. And leaves 179. Nine box. Brian's already at 122 plus 2 more boxes. And finds the head pin for a big strike. No doubt about that one, folks. Bonus. Another head pin hit. Almost another strike. Leaves the 4 pin with a plank. Most likely a safe bet. And he gets by it. So a fill of 9. Puts him at 141 through 9. And that'll be a 10 box for 151. Difference of 24 pins to the first string.
I think it's really up to you guys.
We switched last time.
Yeah.
Well, about that.
All right, come on, Brian. Start it up right here.
Bowlers have decided to switch lanes or switch starting positions between strings. So Fuller steps up to 14. Big hit looks at the 5-7. It's got a piece of wood in the back, but I don't know that that's going to play much of an effect, but almost kicks it off the wall. He's going to wait for the wood to settle down a bit and picks it up for a 10 box. Head pin hit. 610 with a big cluster of wood. And he keeps it on the lane for a spare. Bonus. 7 fill. 4 7-10s. Got some wood that could become a factor and kick over the 10 pin. And just like that, it goes. Bit of a delayed reaction there, but he makes it nonetheless. I don't think that's how he drew it up, but he'll take it. Here's the bonus ball. He's got a split. Three, 4, 6. Wood in the back. He's going to have to cut it over to make it. He almost goes off the wall. There was a piece of wood in the gutter that deadened the... 10 box. So through 4, he's at 54. He has not left a pin standing during this string. Head pin again. Big hit. Leaves just the 4. The wood is rolling back. I don't think it's going to touch it. It actually does touch it. So his target has increased by that much, and he takes care of that one. So he's got a perfect half. He's at 64 plus a ball. Jonathan Boudreau will step up to lane 14 and see if he can do some damage in his home house. Jonathan, a native of Lynn, Massachusetts, currently studying at Lesley University to become a teacher. It's off the head pin, hits the 3 pin, but leaves the 1-2. Bit of a break there. And I guess it was the 1-2-8, but I didn't see that 8 pin in the back. And he made short work of it. So Jonathan will open with a spare. Bonus ball. Big head pin hit, a little full. He's not happy. He's got the 4, 6, 10. And shoots at the 2, picks them up. And that'll be a 10 box. Big head pin hit. Leaves the kingpin. Piece of wood behind it. But he's going to want to shoot right at that 5. And there it is. So Jonathan, too, has not left a pin standing during this string. He's at 37 plus a ball through 3. Want to thank you for tuning in to this special presentation of Alley Chat. Bonus ball. Some late action here. Looking at the 3-6. Fills his spare with 8. He's got some wood on the deck, but this is your everyday 2-pinner. And he is just by that 3-pin. So a 9 box for Jonathan. $54 through 4. And he is on the 2-pin that time. Only takes out 3. He's looking at the head pin with some wood behind it. And a whole mess back there. But this can go like 1. This is a very makeable shot. And he very nearly makes it. Somehow left the 9-10. So he'll be open in his 5th box. And I think he dropped that one there for an 8 box. So up to lane 13 is Brian Fuller Jr. He is filling a spare. He's at 64 through 5, plus this bonus ball. And he's off the head pin, fills it with the 4 horseman right. 1, 3, 6, 10. And he's too fine on that 3-pin. Leaves the 110. And that'll be a 10 box. And I've said it time and again, I could just be talking to myself here, but the essence of pinning is vital to this game. Brian is back on the head pin, leaves the diamond right. Not the first time we've seen that during this match, and it's still early. And he's not going to make it. But he has a 10 box again. No pin standing. He's at 90 through 7. Thin head pin hit, still working. Three, 6, 8, 10. Got some wood in the back between the 6 and the 8. I think it could help him, but he is off the mark. Looking at the 3, 8. And that'll be an 8 box. So leaves his first 2-pin standing of the match, or string rather. Finds the head pin again. Some very late action, looking at just the 4-pin. A bit of a break there. He was looking at the triangle for a moment, and everything disappeared. So he's shooting a single pin. He is all over it for a spare. And here's the bonus ball. A strike! And as we take a look at that one on replay, a bit of an unconventional mix, but seems as though the pin setter had a little bit to do with that. So Brian will be throwing 2 extra balls in the 10th box. 128 plus. And he's off his mark there. And a big fill of 8. So Brian finishes with the 136. And through 2, he's at 287. So he's off and running. Jonathan already has a lot of work to do. And there's a head pin hit. Looking at just the 10 pin. And not this time. But he'll pick it up for a 10 box. Off the head pin, 3, 4, 7, 9. Tough shot. Got a piece of perpendicular wood in front of that 9 pin. I don't think it's really going to be much of a factor. And he makes it. What a shot. Made it clean. Perhaps a bit of an icebreaker for John, though he has been throwing a good ball. Here's the bonus, and he's all over the head pin. Big fill of 8, looking at the 5, 9. No wood to help him. And yes, so that'll be 2 in a row for Jonathan Boudreau. Puts him at an even 100 plus this ball. He's got 2 boxes to go. Here's the bonus. Off the head pin. Punches the 3-8 for the half Worcester right. It's not what he wanted to do. And look at this, folks. Nearly makes the half Worcester. Leaves just the 10 pin. Piece of wood rolls up to the lip of the plate, and he's going to hit it. And that'll score him a 10 box. So 1 more box to go. He's at 112. And you know he's not happy with that film. Still a lot of bowling to be done, though. Three, 4, 6, 10. He's going to have to make a pretty one here. And very nearly makes it. There was a piece of wood in the behind the 4 pin, which perhaps deadened the shot. I think he had a really good chance of that going. And that'll be a 9 box, so he's at 121. Kind of stunned with that one. That was a roadblock. And he's at 248. So through 2 strings, Brian Fuller Jr. leads by 39 pins. Have 287 to 248. And Jonathan will get us started in the 3rd string on lane 14. And is on the head pin, but leaves the big 5. 3, 4, 6, 7, 10. And it's too good on the 3. So he'll start out with an 8 box, leaving the 6-10. Another head pin hit. And there goes the 7 pin. He's looking at the 10 pin. And that's just the break I think he needed. Jonathan takes an extra second or 2 to maintain his composure. And he's got a spare. Bonus. Again, he's through the middle. Spread eagle plus the 8 pin. And gives it a good bid, but he's still looking at the 2-4-7. And he's got a 9 box. John's just off the head pin that time, looking at 1, 3, 7, 8. A piece of wood up against the 3 pin could be a factor. And he makes it. What a shot. I think that piece of wood in the back carried him over to the 7-8 and helped him out. So John's made a few tough shots here. Let's see if he can make the fill count. Here's the bonus. And there's a big one. Just the 7 pin for a 9 fill. Plenty of wood. And there it is. 2 in a row for Jonathan Boudreau. He sits at 59 through the half, plus that ball, bonus ball. And here's Brian Fuller Jr., lane 14, has a 39 pin lead through boxes, through strings completed rather. And he starts off with a big hit in the 1-3 pocket. 4-8 with a piece of wood. Should be safe if he's anywhere north of that red stripe. And there it is. Bonus ball. A big hit. He's got a strike. That one certainly took its time, but pretty nonetheless. And here's the fill, and he's got another one. That's his second double strike of the match. He's perfect through the string with marks so far. Bonus ball. Off the head pin. Fills it with 3. Here's the second bonus ball. And he's got himself a spare. Yet another mark. That's 4 in a row for Brian Fuller Jr. He's at 73 plus this ball. Fills it with 5 that time. Diamond left plus the 7 pin. And it looks good. And he's got it for a spare. So a perfect half, all marks, 88 plus a ball. Jonathan Boudreau steps up to lane 13. He's filling a spare, remember. He's at 59 plus a ball. And here's the bonus. Okay, big head pin hit, and he's got to strike himself. So that's 3 in a row. That's bonus money, folks. First bonus ball. 1-3-7-8. He has already made this before in this match, if I'm not mistaken. And the fill comes just that close to making it. Leaves just the 7 for a 9 fill. Puts him at 88 through boxes completed. And a 9 box for 97 through 7. And yet again through the middle for Jonathan Boudreau. Can't seem to catch a break off that head pin. And he leaves the left side. 2-4-7-8. Eight box. $105 through 8. And a half Worcester left. And here's his bid at it. Good try, but leaves the 5-7. Tough shot. And it'll be a 9 box. There's the 1-3 pocket. Goes to the Brooklyn side. Leaves 2-4-5-7. And he will make it. So Jonathan putting up a fight. 124 plus this bonus ball. Brooklyn side again will fill it with 8, and he'll finish with a 132. Three-string total of 370 for Jonathan. 380, rather. Excuse me. And here's Brian Fuller with the bonus ball. He is back in the pocket and a crusher of a strike. So he is not taking his foot off the gas pedal, folks. 108 plus 2 balls. He's thrown 6 marks in a row. If you count his previous string, he's gone 8 marks in a row. Here's the bonus. 4 horsemen right. And looked good going down, but the ball cut just a little bit. He's looking at the 110. That's his first open frame of this string. And he picks up the head pin for a 9 box. So 125 through 7. Brian is back on the head pin. Has the kingpin wobbling. It'll stand. And the wood has not yet made up its mind, but as of now, it's got a clear shot at the head kingpin. And he picks it up for another spare. 135 plus a bonus ball. Bonus, head pin, a 9 drop, big hit for a 9 drop. Leaves the 4 pin. Through completed boxes, he's at 144. Here's the bid at the spare, and he will pick up yet another spare. Bonus ball. And he'll have some mixing action. That 6 fill will turn into a 7 fill with the wobbling 10 pin. 1-8-10 with wood. Can he make it? Yes! 171 plus a ball here. Here's the bonus. Can he throw 180? 179 for Brian Fuller Jr. What a string by Brian Fuller Jr. You saw it here, folks, in Alley Chat. 3-string total of 466. Difference of 86 pins in the match. Brian will get us started on the 4th string. And the 5-10 still standing. Can he make it? Good bid, but not much you can do with that one. Leaves the 10 pin. $10. So Brian Fuller Jr. has certainly dialed it in here, folks. Another head pin hit, breaks up that split. 2-6. Just missed it. So that'll be a 10 box. Brian goes open, which for this particular match has been certainly uncharacteristic. And he loses a couple pins in the back, so he'll reset. I want to remind you that you're watching a very special presentation of Alley Chat. This is the New England Knockout Bracket Tournament first round matchup between Brian Fuller Jr. and Jonathan Boudreau. I want to thank you for tuning in. Brian is back on the headpin, looking at a split, the 7-10. He's got some wood that will certainly help him. Let's see what he does. He just gets by it. I don't think that's where he wanted to play it, but he still makes the shot. Bit of a delayed reaction there, and the gallery is certainly appreciating that one. Sometimes that's just the nature of candlepin bowling. A little bit of luck goes a long way, and here's the bonus ball. And he's going to make the most of it. He's got a strike. And here's the first bonus ball. Another head pin hit. That ball seemed to take off a little bit quicker than normal, but he is still filling his strike. And just missed that diamond. So 7 fill. He's going to be open through in the 5th, and he picks up 2 pins for a 9 box. 66 through 5. And here is Jonathan Boudreau, who has quite a hole to climb out of. Through strings completed, 86 pin difference. And he gets us started. Similar problem that he's been having all night. Goes through the middle. 2, 3, 6, 10 with wood. Makeable shot, though, with that wood in front. And he will play it. And unbelievably, he didn't hit it. I'm not sure how that ball got around it, but and that'll be an 8 box. And head pin hit. Five, 7, 8. Not quite sure how he got through the 5 and 8. There's a piece of wood that flew around, but let's see what he does with this one. And great shot by Jonathan Boudreau for a spare. Here's the bonus ball. Breaks up the split this time. 3, 6, 10 with wood in the back for a 7 fill. somehow gets around the 10 pin. And he picks it up for a 10. So Jonathan's looking for another mark here. He is on the head pin. Leaves the 4 pin for a single pin spare attempt. And there it is. Just caught himself from going over the line that time. Would have been unfortunate. And here's the bonus. That's a big head pin hit for a strike. Jonathan having a little bit of fun with that one there. 65.5 for Jonathan plus plus 2 bonus balls.
You need a 6-pack.
I just need 13 boxes in the spring. That's not bad.
And that might not do it.
Brian Fuller Jr. stepping up to lane 13. See if he continues to mark the way he has been. Big head pin hit. 5'9", piece of wood out in front. I don't like it. If you're going to play it, you got to be as high as possible. If you get the backup ball, you could maybe get around it. And it was a roadblock. Not much you can do with that. He'll pick it up for a 10 box. And here's a head pin hit. Leaves just the 5 pin. Brian's ball is certainly working here tonight at Lucky Strike Lanes. And he's just by it. And he'll pick it up for the 10 box. So 86 through 7. Off the head pin, gets a bit of a mix. 1, 2, 7, 8, 10 with wood. Makeable spare leave. And he plays the outside, and is he? No, he is not going to pick up the 10 pin. So we'll pick it up for a 10, 96 through 8. And at the rate Brian's going, a 700 certainly looks like it's within the realm of possibilities. If he continues to throw the ball, he has been. And got some more mixing action. That 4 horseman somehow turned into a 9-pin drop. He's got some wood out in the front, which looks like it may not be legal, but it's certainly dancing around a bit. We may have to have somebody check that out. And looks like it's good, so that'll be in play. Attaboy, Ralph. Brian's got some work to do to get around this one. And just gets by it. Kept the ball in the lane and got by the left side of the 7 pin. And that was not his friend anyhow. So 106 through 9, 105 rather, excuse me, through 9. And he is back on the head pin. 8-pin drop. Looking at the 610. And all the wood rolls away. He's got a clear shot at it. And just gets by it. Leaves the 6-pin standing. So he'll be open for the entirety of that half. 10 box puts him at 115. Through 4, he's at 581. And Jonathan Boudreau is filling a strike on lane 13. Big hit. Leaves another split. 7-9 with wood. But the wood certainly makes it makeable, or at least playable shot. Bonus. Yes! So he'll fill his strike with a spare. It's at 85 plus a ball through 6. Here's the bonus. And a big strike. No doubt about that one, folks. Watch that on replay. So no matter the deficit, Jonathan could certainly pick up some ground here if he continues to throw the ball the way he is. And he's on the head pin again, breaks up his split, looking at a 2-pinner, clear shot. This is the 3-6. And just by it. Fills the spare with a 9. He's at 114 through 7. 9 box, 123 through 8. And there's big ball. Jonathan certainly seemed to pick up some speed on that one. 2-6 left standing. It's going to be a beautiful shot if he makes it. And he's just a little heavy on 2. There's a 10 box, so 133 with a box to go. And back on the head pin, looking at the 6-pin. Plank right on in front. That's going to roll up to the lip. And should cover, but you never know. Yes. So he will go 11. 143 plus a ball. Here's the bonus. And right in the 1-3 pocket for a 9 fill. 152 string for Jonathan Boudreau. So picks up quite a bit of ground there. Through 5 is at 532. 49-pin lead for Brian Fuller Jr. both of our bowlers are going to take a short break before going back into string number 5. Again, want to thank you for tuning in to Alley Chat. Please visit our website, alleychat.net, to find all podcasts and video matches just like this. Other special presentations. And here's Jonathan Boudreau on lane 14. And he is not stopping there, folks. Starts off with a big strike. Here's the first bonus ball. .310. The baby split. Tough shot, but makeable. Looks good, and he picks it up. Here's the fill. And he's back on the head pin. 7 fill. 359 left standing. Piece of wood. Just about at the foot of the 3 pin. Don't necessarily like it, but it works for him. That's 3 in a row. So Jonathan Boudreau making a comeback. The ball is certainly starting to work for him at this point. Here's the bonus. Pocket hit. Wobbling pins. Nearly a strike. Just the 2 pin left standing for a 9 fill. And he is all over it. So 4 in a row. Jonathan Boudreau is very determined. 66 plus a ball through 4. This is clutch bowling. Here's the bonus. Back on the head pin. 246. Here's the bid. Takes out the 2-6. 2-4 rather. Excuse me. So a perfect half for Jonathan Boudreau. 83 for the half. And here's Brian Fuller Jr. looking to defend his lead. And starts off the head pin. 4 horsemen left plus the 10 pin. And he's heavy on number 1. And takes out 3 pins for a 9. There's a head pin hit. Kind of an awkward leave. 4, 9, 10 with wood. Not really something you see every day, but that wood on the left side could help him. He's going to play the right side. and very nearly make it. The 4-pin is still standing. Keep in mind I'm left-handed, so I perhaps perceive things a little differently than Brian does. There's a head pin hit. The 7-pin remains. He's got some wood that's not really going to affect things too much. He's got a clear shot, and that's where he's going to want to go. And he picks it up for a spare. Bonus. Through the middle, big 5. And there's a great spare by Brian Fuller Jr. Bonus ball. 1, 3, 7, 8, 10. A little heavy on number 1. Leaves the corners full. And details of this tournament include that bowlers are randomly drawn within this bracket and choose where they're going to bowl their match. Brian picks up a 10-pin for a 9 box. 58 through the half. These bowlers have chosen to bowl within the friendly confines of Lucky Strike Lanes in Lynn, Massachusetts. We want to thank them for their hospitality. Here's Jonathan Boudreau trying to make a run here. There's a big strike. Let's see what he does with it. Double strike here goes quite a long way. Here's the bonus. And will he get it? 5-10. Looked like a pretty good ball to me. No luck. Here's the bid, and very nearly makes that 5-10. Cuts the 5 right over in front of the 10 pin for 9 fill. 102 through boxes completed. And he'll pick up that 10 pin for the 10. Puts him at 112 through 7. And he's just off the head pin that time. And the way that piece of wood is tucked up against the head pin is not favorable. Jonathan kind of shrugged his shoulders when he noticed that the positioning. Let's see what he does. And that's what he was afraid of. And that'll be an apox. 120. 2 boxes to go for Jonathan Boudreau. Just going to need to mark out here. He's currently at a 652 if my math's correct. And there's a big ball. 6 pin for a single pin spare leave. And yes, he is all over it. $130 plus this bonus ball with another box to go. Bonus. And will he have a strike? Yes! Quite a delayed reaction by the pins, but a sense of relief within Jonathan. He's at 150 plus 2 balls. What a run he has made. For the past 2 strings, he is over 300 plus these 2 balls. Bonus. Just off the head pin. Looking at 136. And picks it up for the 10 fill. 160 finish. So some clutch bowling by Jonathan. 692.
Albie, 692.
Here's Brian Fuller Jr. And just misses that 2-pinner. Through the half, Brian Fuller was at 639. Is at 649 now. And there's a big ball, and he's going to pick up a strike. Bonus. Through the middle. Fills his spare with 6. Picks up 3 more pins for a 9 box. It's at 93 through 7. 674 needs 18 pins. And there's a big ball. Looking at 9, 10, or just 9 now. And he will get by it. Nine box, so we certainly have an interesting match here, folks.
Go, throw a hammer right now.
9 to win, 10 to win. 9 to tie, 10 to win. He's got the half Worcester. And he's going to need one of these pins. It's coming down to 1 pin. And Brian Fuller Jr. has thrown an 8 box to lose the match by 1 pin. 692 to 691. What a match, folks. You've seen it here in Alley Chat. Jonathan Boudreau made a sensational run throughout the 4th and 5th strings. Throws 312 to beat Brian Fuller Jr. by 1 pin, 692 to 691. So goes to show you that what I was saying earlier, pinning is essential. Perhaps the best match we have ever seen in the history of Alley Chat. Congratulations to Jonathan Boudreau. And we will certainly see you next time here on Alley Chat, folks. We're providing the best content whenever we can. Please go to our website, alleychat.net. Go to our Twitter, alleychat with 2 T's. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/alleychat. My name is Frank Face. Thank you for tuning in to this very special presentation from Lucky Strike Lanes in downtown Lynn, Massachusetts. Once again, Jonathan Boudreau over Brian Fuller Jr., 692 to 691, a 1-pin match.